So this was like the most asked question in 2019. That was a long one, okay? That was like real deep, Almalu. That was a real deep question. And we are deciding to have a baby. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Marie here from Just Live Your Thoughts. In today's video, I'm going to be filming our April Q&A as I promised you guys. So I just want to thank each and every one of you who submitted your questions. I think that is just a really great way for you guys to get to know me or us better and not just, rely on the vlogs or the videos that I input. When I ask you guys to put in your questions, you can put as much as you want and ask anything just so that we can get to know each other better. If you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Maria, and if you want to keep up with me through my vlogs and videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also that notification bell just so that you're updated once I upload another video. If you haven't watched my February Q&A, I will leave the video right up here, and take note guys that I ask for your questions through my YouTube and also Instagram. So if you don't know my Instagram name yet, and if you aren't following me there yet, I will leave the name right here. Let's dive right into it guys. I'm going to start off with the questions from our YouTube viewers and our YouTube community. So I want to thank you guys for sending in your questions. So let me start off with, I'm gonna start off with our question, and my Wi-Fi isn't on. Okay, wait. So let's start off with our question, and our first question is from Chanda Green. Chanda Green, thank you so much for sending in your question. You always send in questions through our monthly Q&A, so I'm really thankful for you. And her question is, what advice would you give to a foreigner who wants to live in Italy? So my advice, I guess, if you haven't moved here yet and you're just about to come here, is learn the language, or at least the basic, because I think that's one of my main mistakes before moving to Italy, is that I really didn't learn the language much. All I knew was like ciao and that's it. It's because the majority of population of Italians don't really speak in English. It would be that. Just learn the language. And our next question is from Camila Capondag, and her question is in Tagalog, but I'll translate it in English. Her question is, nag-aaway din ba kayo ni Marco, or do we and Marco fight? Okay, so thank you for sending in this question. So not a lot of people actually ask this. I think you were the first person to ask, so thank you for asking this. So the answer to that would be, I don't know, to be honest. May tampuhan. Like, we sometimes how do you say in English? Tampuhan, like, I guess it's more of a disagreement, petty fight, maybe something that I did that he doesn't like, or maybe something that he did that I don't like. We fight over the small things, probably. But for me and Marco, I guess we talk about everything. That our only fights would be about, could you at least wash the dishes tonight, or something like that. So it'd be related to like who's washing the dishes tonight, who's cooking, and who's cleaning, and all that. But that's it. When it comes to fighting, no. Okay, and our next question is from Al Malu, and she says, hi Ate Maria, I really appreciate these monthly Q&As. It makes you more relatable and shows how open you are. She has two questions. Her first question is, how do you think your past experiences or relationships help guide you in your relationship now? I really enjoy these monthly Q&As. Before I answer your question, I really do enjoy these monthly Q&As because you are right. It's a way for you guys to get to know me better. Like I said at the start. Girl, how do you think your past experience relationship helped guide you in your relationship now? If there was something that, can you guys see this? This is like from the planks that I do. I think it's more of what I learned through me and Marco's relationship versus my relationships in the past. I think it's more of being open to each other, because my previous relationships, we weren't really open with each other, and that's where secrets come in. Like, that's where you have to hide what you really feel. Like, if you're upset about something, you keep it deep inside you until you just burst one day and say it's over, like I'm done, because you don't talk about anything. You don't talk about your feelings. You don't talk about what you like and what you don't like, and you just don't talk. It's more about being open and also the communication. I think that is one thing that I really learned with being in a relationship with Marco. He is really open. And he's not like just a husband. He's also like a best friend that I can talk to about anything, about how I feel. And that's one thing that I lacked with my previous relationship. I hope I answered that right. I think that's what your question was about. And let's now go to her next question, which is, what are the compromises or sacrifices that you and Marco do for each other? That's a really That's a really deep one. Okay, I'm gonna like talk on behalf of Marco here. Okay, of course, because he's not here. Let's just go back to the Philippines. He left everything in London to be with me, and that's a really, really big sacrifice that you can do for someone. Just leave everything behind just because you want to be together. Now for me, I think it would be I sacrifice being here in Italy instead of the Philippines. He's the only person I know here, besides of course his family that, you know, they are family, but if we're talking about someone that you really know, it would just be Marco. Where compared to the Philippines, you know people, you have friends there, you have your family there, and you just have everyone. The sacrifice would be, I guess, being here in Italy because, you know, Marco's work is better off here than in the Philippines. And I guess that's part of being in a relationship where you really have to weigh things out. Someone has to sacrifice something in order to get the good out of something. But it's not always going to be like this. I mean, we're pretty flexible. We went home to the Philippines last year and we can go home yearly if we wanted. Not saying that like we're like super rich or anything. Mark understands that being in the Philippines for me makes me happy. That was a long one, okay? That was like real deep, Almalu. That was a real deep question. But we have our last two questions from our YouTube. Our next question is from Anastasia Anas. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your names right. I'm really, really horrible at pronunciation. And her question is, can you share your skincare routine? You're actually the second person who's requested this. I don't know why you guys want my skincare routine because my face isn't that great. I can definitely do a separate video for my skincare routine. I will do a daytime and a nighttime routine if you guys want. I will do that for you. Our last question for YouTube is it safe to go out at night in Naples, especially for a woman? What time should we come back home if we walk alone? That's actually a really good question because there is this thing here in Italy where it's much safer up north, they say, than in the south. That's just how it is. Like, there's this thing where like the south is like against the north and the north is against the south. I've never really gone out at night by myself. The only time I've gone out by myself is when I need to do grocery. That's actually a really good question. I guess it really depends. I mean, no place is safe. If you go to the Philippines, there's a place there where you're not safe. If you go to the States, probably there's a place there where you're not safe. So I don't think there's any place that's like totally safe. It really depends on what part of Naples you want to go at night out. Go to the plaza at night, or you go to the bar at night and there are people around, then I'm pretty sure that's safe. And she also asked, especially for a woman, what time should we come back home if we walk alone? When we were in Naples, because I can only base it when we go to Naples. When we were in Naples and we went to a bar, I think we went home at around 9. We're so old. There are actually soldiers, the military that is like monitoring the place. So I think that's a good thing, but I don't know if they still, if like they do that at night, if they continue to do that at night. I guess just don't stay out so late. I think that's the best advice. And I think that ends our YouTube questions, guys. So now I'm gonna go over to our Instagram followers. Before we get started, guys, let me remind you, if you're not following me on Instagram, my name is right here. Go ahead and follow me so that you will be following me. Okay. Let's start off with a question from Cindy Katu. So she asked two questions. No, two. Yeah, two questions. Let's start off with her first question. How long have you been faded before getting married? How long have you faded? What is faded? What does faded mean? Been together? So I'm guessing here, okay, Cindy, sorry, but I think...
I gotta do things.
Babe, what do you think this means? How long have you faded before getting married?
Faded?
Yeah. Do you think that means how long have you been together before getting married?
How long we faded? Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's just wait till like Marco gets
Just gotta
out.
do my head. I'm recording video, okay? I need to look good.
All right, my love. Can you hear me?
No.
Are you sure?
I'll tell you to shut up like you.
That's my shot. That's my shit.
Alright. See you later.
Thank you, my love. Okay, so going back to her question, how long have you faded before getting married? So I'm gonna base it on what we understand the question as, like how long have you guys been together? So before we got married, I think we were together for about a little less than a year. So I would say about maybe 9 months or maybe just a little more. But yeah, 9 months, and then we got married. And her next question is, when are you having babies? So this was like the most asked question in 2019. Now I think it's gonna be the most asked question in 2020 because she asked this twice. So let's talk serious here, okay? Me and Marco have definitely talked about this already. We are currently talking about it actually. And we are deciding to have a baby right now. No, well, not right now because he's in the other room. Anytime right now, I guess. Like if it comes, then great. If it doesn't, then, you know, we try again. So I guess it's more of, are we trying to have a baby? The answer would be yes, we are trying to have a baby. We think it's time, you know, we've been married for 2 years now, and it'd be great to start a family, you know, our own family. For like last year, we're kind of like, should we do it? Maybe it's not yet time. Maybe we should just wait a little longer. But we kind of talked about it, and we kind of thought that, man, we are actually getting a little older because I'm turning 32 this year. You know, the woman's egg cells are getting older. But to answer your question, soon. Fingers crossed, hopefully soon. This question is from Jermaine Iralim. Jermaine, thank you so much for your question. What's your favorite Italian food to cook? So my favorite Italian food would be pescatore, or something like that. But it's like seafood pasta, and that would be my favorite Italian food. This question is from Leimutia27. Thank you so much for your question. Who will get upset easily, you or your husband? Wish we could have asked this when he was here, but I will answer your question. Me, because I'm a girl, okay? I have like my hormones sometimes. I get easily upset. Like Marco, he never gets upset. Like, I don't know what's with this guy. Like, this guy loves me too much. Sometimes, you know, when I'm nearing my period, I would get upset for no reason. And sometimes I feel bad for him. I'm a girl, and sometimes he would ask, why are you mad at me again? And I would tell him, we've been together for 2 years. You still don't know who I am. You still don't know how I react to things. But yes, Filipino girls, I think, are like that. Let's move on to our next question from Mamisa. So Mamisa asked, hi Crop. We call each other Crop because we can wear crop top shirts now. And her question is, since nag-college ka sa Laibat or Lyceum of Batangas, ano yung mga places na tinatambayan mo? Since you went to college in Lyceum of Batangas, what were the places that you hanged out? Where were the places that you hanged out at or in? That was like 20 years ago. I don't really remember, Mamisa, but oh my goodness, I'm so horrible with names. I'm so horrible with places. There was this mall. It wasn't SM Batangas. There was this other mall where we did video all the time, but we didn't cut class, okay? We didn't cut class or anything. I think you would know the mall. It's a pretty popular mall in Batangas, like Batangas City. That's the only place I hanged out in because I was always like, bahay, eskwela, and then I dropped out. Let's keep going, guys. Next question is from Vania It. Thank you so much for your question. Her question is, will you go to the gym after this pandemic or just work out at home? Okay, so first of all, I have never gone to the gym. I think I went to the gym just twice. When I noticed what workouts they were doing, because I had a coach, there was a coach that was like helping me out. I like quit after 2 days because I'm like, okay, I'm not doing this. Yeah, I've never gone to the gym. I don't know how like gym things, like how do they work, like what you're supposed to do with them. But yeah, I don't know how they work, those fitness machine. Gym is not for me. I say so many things and then I answer the question, so forgive me guys. To answer your question, it would be just work out at home. And I think the great thing about working out at home is that if, let's say for example, you go on a holiday for like 10 days or 3 weeks or something, like you can still work out in your hotel or wherever you're staying without even having to stress like, oh my god, I need to ride this bicycle thing that you use in the gym. What is it called? I don't know. You don't have to stress about it because you can just work out where you are. So yeah, work out from home. That's the best thing. Our next question is from Infinity Lovers 28. His question is, when do you think Italy will be back to his feet? So if we're talking about the pandemic here, I think Italy is thankfully, fortunately, gradually, slowly getting back to its feet. Almost 2 months we've been in lockdown. We've just been inside the house. And I'm thankful because me and Mark are just, you know, we like it. Like, it's a time where we don't get judged because we're both introverts. So if you're an introvert, like this video because you and me will get along. It's just that we're introverts and we really don't like socializing. And that's one thing that people have to realize, that there are people like that, introverts, that exist. And you know, that's one thing that me and Marco like really get along with, is that we hate socializing, but we like talking in front of the camera. Let's answer your question. When you think? I think it's happening. Let's move on to our next question from Ina Estrella. I like your last name, if that's your last, Estrella. Estrella. I don't know how you pronounce your last name, but it's beautiful and I like your name as well, Ina. And her question is, what was your job back in PH? What was my job back in the Philippines? So my last job was, I worked for a background screening company. You know how you like apply for a job and then you have to be back screened first before you get hired, or if you get hired? It's our job. So we're like the third party. Before that, I worked for a call center company for 4 years. And that was my first job. Question is from Jarmaine Iralim. Her question is, are you staying in Napoli for good, or would you want to transfer to Milano in the future? When I read this question, I remember when I saw this question, I'm like, where did this question come from? Like, did I mention somewhere that I'm gonna move to Milan? If we're going to buy a house, it would definitely not be here, because the volcano is like right there. Like, I can see the volcano from my angle. If I were to choose, I would love to live in Rome or Milan or Turin, one of those places, because those are really touristic places. I don't know. I don't even know if we're gonna stay in Italy for good. Maybe we'll go back to the Philippines. So it's all a big question mark. But for now, we're in Naples. The next question is from Blitz Guitar. Do you love your husband? Okay, so like, who is asking me this? Do you love your husband? Of course I love my husband. I love him more than anything. I can't say that I love him more than myself. Then that would mean that he wouldn't love me, because I don't love myself. So you have to love yourself first before you can have someone love you back. So I love him. I love him because he's the greatest. I think I really found my pair. Like, we're like he's like my missing piece. So yes, I love my husband. And our last question is, I'll give it to you, Mami Sa. Marunong ka ba magluto ng Pinoy food? And if yes, ano yung mga alam mo? Love you, Mami Sa. I love you too. Do you know how to cook Filipino food? And if yes, what are those food that you know? Or what are those dishes that you know? Yes, I know how to cook Filipino food. I didn't know how to cook before, to be honest. Before we came to Italy, I really didn't know how to cook. It has to be a passion, you know. That's it. That's what I was lacking. I was lacking passion for cooking. I am blabbing again. I'm not answering your question. Yes, I know how to cook Filipino food, and it would be adobo, sinigang, nilaga, chop suey, hot dog, pork chop, itlog. You know, just the typical easy Filipino food. And that ends our video for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this April Q&A. We had more questions this time, so I'm really, really thankful. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you who sends in your questions. It really means a lot to me. It means more that, you know, you really want to get to know me more. So I hope we can do this at the end of May again. So I'm probably going to ask your questions at the end of May. So watch out for that through my YouTube and also Instagram. And that's it for our video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, it would really help if you can go ahead and click that like button and make it blue. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button just so that you are updated once we upload a video or a vlog. And also that notification bell just so that you're notified once I upload another vid. It's been a great video once again, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.